Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday. Today is the 23rd of September, which means that we're like on our last week of September. It's going to be October. September just like vanished on me. Like Legion launched in August, right? And then I guess we've been playing it for September. That must be why. It must be Legion's fault that I can't remember September. Like the whole thing just blew right past me. But in any case, we're here. It's the 23rd, and it's time to catch up with the vlog. So there's quite a bit to talk about. The raids opened this week, and I did them because my guild does that kind of thing. So our raid nights are Wednesday, Thursday, which means we didn't go in on Tuesday with everybody else. So we had a chance to let other people look at the fights and figure out what changed from beta. And for any immediate, sometimes there's like day one hotfixes, like they launch the raid and then they're like, oh god, this doesn't drop a loot or just like something dumb, and they fix it. So any day one hotfixes, if they did any of those, I don't know if anything happened this time around, but anyway, case they have time to get that out of the way before we raid on Wednesday. And yeah, we cleared all of normal. We cleared the first boss in heroic, and I'm pretty happy with that. Our guild is much bigger this time around. Last expansion we were raiding with a core of between like 12 and maybe 16 people on a good day, depending on who decided to show up. And for whatever reason, this year, or this expansion this time around, our guild has like swollen from, you know, somebody invites a friend, somebody else invites a friend, somebody invites a friend of a friend, and we have 27 raiders now, and that's too many. It's too many. There's not enough room. Like, there's literally not enough digital physical room in the boss rooms for us all to spread out for mechanics. I know that it's probably possible, but we're not coordinated enough, at least not yet on these new fights, to find where we're all supposed to go. So we were taking a lot of cleave damage from stuff like the Nethendra goop that we probably didn't need to be. But anyways, yeah, we cleared all of normal in the first boss in heroic, so I've seen every boss now. I've killed them all. And I feel like, so the spider boss, Eletheth, I don't even remember her name. Elareth Renfril. Rethelflun. The spider that turns into like the bird. I feel like so we killed her. We wiped on her once, and then we killed her the second time, and on normal. And I feel like I learned nothing. Like, tornadoes are bad. We switched platforms at some point. Maybe there were ads to kill. I feel like I killed some spiders. I learned nothing. I'm gonna have to watch. And the dumb thing is, I did my research before raid night. I sat down, I watched guide videos for every single fight. I took note of what I was supposed to be doing, where I was supposed to be, and it all just like vanished from my head when we were fighting that. At the end of the spider boss, I was like, what just happened? So yeah, that was that. My favorite boss was probably the eyeball Il'gynoth. And that's because I'm a Shadow Priest, and there was a million things for me to dot up. Like, I could dot up each one of the oozes, and I did some good damage. So that's always fun. I'm going to have more fun next week, I think, because I'm pretty sure if I keep up with doing my world quest for artifact power, I should get my second golden dragon trait this upcoming week, and it's going to be Mass Hysteria. I should have gone for Mass Hysteria first as a Shadow Priest. I made a mistake and went for the Whippy Tentacle because I was like, ooh, Tentacle, gimme. And that was dumb. So, and I didn't want to respec because it was already way too late when I figured it out. So I'm going to get my second Golden Dragon traits hopefully this week. I need like 2 or 3 more, so I'm going to need another like 90,000 artifact power. But I have a bunch of Suramar still to do that I'm probably going to knock out this weekend. So hopefully I can get that for next week, and I think that's going to help me do a lot more damage. And doing damage is kind of what makes raid fun for me. So it's good. We got a big happy guild. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna have to change our like communication strategies a little bit because we're used to being a small guild event and there's like a lot more people now. But that's a problem for the raiding guild leaders to deal with, and not me. I'm not even an officer. I didn't want it. I want to show up to raid and do my best and maybe provide some like food or like mats or whatever. That's it. That's all I do. So the other things happening this week, Battle.net is renaming to just Blizzard. So like the Battle.net launcher, the Battle.net website, Battle.net, what else do they do? I don't even know. They're renaming to just Blizzard, whatever, Blizzard Voice, Blizzard, whatever the hell they want to do with that. So a lot of people were kind of, they released a blog post when they did this saying, we're doing this because, originally, when we launched the Battle.net services, it was a distinct thing, and we wanted to make sure that people understood what it was, so it had its own distinct name. But now, as these features are becoming more common across different games, different systems, people know what they are. We're just going to rename to Blizzard so we don't have these 2 different brands that are the same thing, to avoid confusion. And a lot of people jumped in that and was like, well, I'm confused now, but I don't It doesn't bother me. I get why they did it. I don't know if they had to do it, but I understand why. And I'm pretty sure this is one of those things that like a week from now, everybody will have completely forgotten about and nobody cares. So that's that. Brewfest is running until October the 6th. So if you missed my Brewfest video, make sure that you go to Brewfest. Even if you've done everything before, even if you have every toy and every title and every achievement, you're going to have to do it at least a little bit this year if you want to stay up to date on that, because there is one new toy. It's for 100 tokens. It puts sausages on your head. It's real weird, but I mean, you're going to need it because you want everything because you're you. So yeah, that's that. I moved my plants inside. As you can see, I have a bunch of plants on my table right there. And those are all my succulents. If you're new to my channel, I really like plants. And then the big tall one, which my mic is kind of blocking, but the big tall one with the flowers, I just moved inside like this morning. It's cold outside now. I mean, summer's over. It's officially fall, and it's cold and rainy, and my succulents don't like that, so I moved them inside. I do not have a lighting setup to keep them growing over the winter. If I could give them enough light, you can see my one diddly little light over there. If I can give them enough light, I could probably keep them growing, but last year I tried to keep them running with just that light. And they were all alive, but they stretched out quite a bit, and you don't want that. So this year, what I'm going to try and do is water them almost not at all, like maybe once. No light, and just hope they go dormant so that they're not growing at all until next year, so that they don't get all stretched out because I cannot give them enough light inside. The problem with my plan, if you are at all into plants, you will already have guessed this, is that it's too warm in my office for these plants to go dormant. What I really need is like a garage, a place that doesn't freeze and isn't wet, but stays a little cooler, a little in like the 60-ish, 50 degrees range, so that these plants understand that it's, you know, winter and they go dormant without actually getting damaged. I don't have that. I live in a little tiny apartment, so I'm just gonna leave them in my office and hope for the best. But I do enjoy having them in here with me. It's like company. There's so many of them. They're so colorful. They're gonna be less colorful by the end of the winter, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. What else? I'm rebuilding my PC. You might have also noticed the other thing in my background. I got a big box and a little box. So I'm not really rebuilding my PC, but I've had an issue for a long time. Like ever since I moved, I have not been able to use the power button on my PC case because during moving, the case on my PC got damaged and all of the connections to the ports on the top of it, as well as the power button, were severed. And it took me a long time to get over that, but I wasn't able to replace it because they're expensive. And I was also really lazy. So I haven't been able to use the power button. I've just been keeping my PC on, and whenever I do need to turn it completely off, I just turn it on from the motherboard with a direct key. And then the other issue I've been having is that my PC likes to die on me. Not die, just like turn off unexpectedly. I've done a lot of troubleshooting. I am 96% confident that it is not a software problem or a Windows problem. I'm like 85% confident that it's not a RAM problem. If it's a motherboard problem, then I'm just screwed. But I'm pretty sure that it's a power supply problem. So I have a power supply there. I'm going to replace the power supply. I got a beefy power supply. It was on sale. And then I'm going to replace my case while I'm at it, because I'm already unplugging all the stuff to get the new power supply in there. I may as well just move into a new case. So I'm ready to have a computer that you can turn on without going into the motherboard. It's been like 2 years. It's about time. So I'm going to do that probably either tonight or tomorrow. I got to find a way to keep my cat out of it, because she's very interested in new things. You open a box, you start messing around inside something, she's going to want to see what's up. And having a cat in your computer while you're working on it, not so good. So that's that. As far as channel news, I am feeling pretty good and pretty confident about the video release schedule we've been doing, the 6 days a week. I'm really happy with the amount of videos I can get out. I am very happy with what it's done for our subscriber numbers and our like audience communication engagement. Like, I really like having conversations with you guys in comments. So it's all been good, and I'm going to keep it up. So what you can expect in terms of videos is basically what I'm trying to say. 6 new videos a week. The day that does not get a video is Saturday, so that there's an extra day for people to catch up on this. So new videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. New guides will be on Tuesdays, so every Tuesday there will be a new guide every week. For the next couple of weeks, we're doing TSM guides. I'm going to finish that series of Trade Skill Master guides, so that's what you can expect on Tuesdays for now. And then once we're done with those, I'm going to move into just other types of guides. The vlog obviously is on Friday. On Sundays, I'm going to be releasing episodes of that Battleground series, just the PvP serial I've been doing. Once I'm done that, I'll come up with another similar style of content. I like having a video I do a week that's not scripted, that's just me hanging out and chatting with you guys, because I feel like that's a good thing to also have on here. It's just like a nice background noise video. And then Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays are just going to be assorted WoW stuff. So this week we did the event coverage. I'm going to do stuff like looking at which bosses you're going to need to do for the new Raiding with Leashes in the next patch, and just all sorts of stuff. I have a huge list of videos I want to do, and I'm very excited to do all of those. So yeah, you can come back every day, and there should be something new. I'm going to try my damnedest to get them out in the morning. My target release time is 9 a.m. Pacific every day, but until I get ahead of my schedule a little bit, that might be a little bit wonky, but that's basically what you can expect. And thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me, because it makes me feel less lonely in my life. So another thing that I've done that's a little bit related to the channel, and we're going to blow past this really quickly because it's not relevant to everybody, but I updated my Patreon rewards. So I've just redone those a little bit. I've made them a little bit more accessible. The Battle Pet giveaway is now at $5 a month instead of $15. So at the $5 a month Patreon tier, you are entered in my NA account Battle Pet giveaway. Every month I give away one hand-leveled level 25 Battle Pet, and I also look at your armory to make sure I'm not giving you a pet that you already have. So that tier is now at $5. There's currently 2 people eligible for that giveaway, so odds are pretty good at this time. And then I've made it so all donation tiers, no matter what one you're on, they all get early video access. So whenever I've worked ahead of my schedule, I've got a video ready to go for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or like next week or whatever. You get it as soon as I'm done instead of when it comes out in the schedule. And then I added a $25 reward tier where I draw you a super amateur picture of whatever you want that's not porn. So if you want me to draw like your character or you or your dog or your cat or your bike or like whatever, I will do that. I will give you a digital drawing every month. That's not a contest. That's like if you're on that tier, you get one every month. But you should understand, and you can check my DeviantArt for examples of my art, it doesn't get much more amateur than me. We're like 2 steps up from stick figure here, so don't expect too much in terms of like brilliant skill. It's pretty shit. So, yeah. I have been having such a hard time finding time for PvP and finding time for Overwatch. Like, I haven't even been thinking, but I want to play Overwatch so bad. It's so much fun. I love Overwatch. And there's a new season, and I'm really happy with the balance changes they've made, and I have played none of it. I played the new map once. I logged on one time since they updated to the new season and released Eichenwald. And I played that new map once just to see what it was about. And I haven't had time to do it since because Legion's just been so crazy. I'm not even keeping up with my world quests on my main character, let alone my alt, and let alone, honor talents and like all this other stuff. So I'm just like super overwhelmed with all the stuff that I want to do in games that there's just not enough time. So I'm happy it's the weekend. I'm going to try and get Suramar, like everything I can do in Suramar done this weekend on my priest, because I have a feeling that that's the reason why I haven't gotten the last couple of pet battles pop up. I think you need to be progressed in Suramar to get access to a couple of pet battle world quests. So that's the reason I haven't done guides for those last couple of tamers, is because I haven't seen them yet, because I haven't done Suramar. So I'm going to do that this weekend. And I'm hoping that once I get into a better work rhythm that gets me kind of done by like 5 or 6 at night instead of like 7 to 9, I'll have, and once I also wrap up like raid prep and don't have to do as much every day on my Shadow Priest, that I'll have more time to kind of catch up on everything else. I really want to get into Arena and PvP, but I so do not have time for the next couple of weeks, so we're just going to take one thing at a time and get as much done as possible. But it'll be fun to finish the Suramar thing, especially when I'm not rushed. I want to, like, make a cup of tea and sit down with my headphones and not be in vent and just, like, experience the Suramar story with all the voice acting, because everything I've seen from it so far has been really impressive and engaging, and it's kind of like watching a movie, except that you're in it. And, you help out a person and then all of a sudden they die, and then it's just terrible. They like doing that. But yeah, I'm excited to do Suramar, and find out what happens in the story, and also unlock those 2 extra mythic dungeons, because I haven't, there's so much I haven't done. I'm really hoping that there's a lot of artifact power. I know there's like a lot of artifact power that you get while finishing the Suramar questline, because I've got a whole bunch of artifact research now, and I really need that second golden dragon trait. What else happened this week? We redid the channel trailer. So I had that old movie trailer one up for like 2-3 years, a long time. It had mop footage in it. And I liked it just fine, but it had really old footage. So I basically redone that as a same concept of a movie trailer, Slightly different theme, updated footage, about time, but if you've seen the old one, you've basically seen the new one. It's just got a me that's like 2-3 years older in it because, time goes on. And time for some questions. So Dan Wright asks, if you do get the virtual ticket, which pet do you think you will end up getting? So this is talking about the BlizzCon virtual ticket and the 2 competing faction-themed Murlocs that are the BlizzCon pet this year, and you get to pick one. I would get the Alliance one. I don't even have to look at them to figure that out. I haven't actually looked at them super specifically to figure out which one is like cooler or more detailed, but I have played on both factions. I've played Horde for at least a whole expansion. I believe I was Horde for all of Mists of Pandaria. But I am Alliance in my heart. I am happiest playing Alliance. I identify most with the races. I like the story a lot. And I think in Warcraft, it's fun when we pick a side. So for the Alliance, Blue Murloc for me. Andrew asks, how young is this bountiful lady? I'm 24. Ellen asks, any recommendation on good Northwest-based guilds? My husband and I are 840 plus and looking to join a Mythic raid team. So, I can't get you into my guild because we're full, and B, we're not Mythic. We're not what you're looking for. And I don't really know any Northwest Mythic guilds. I actually only know one Mythic guild, and they're full too. So, if you're looking for a new guild, I would look on the forums, like the official guild recruitment forums. The server forums might be good, and there's got to be another website. I feel like there used to be one where you could actually search for and apply for guilds. It was like a guild finder, basically. But I would just look online, look in forums, try and find one that fits your schedule, that fits your time zone, apply for it, and if they're interviewing you, make sure that you interview them as well and have some criteria in mind so you don't get stuck in a situation that's uncomfortable. Some people like different levels of vulgarity in their guild chat. Some people like to be more or less serious. Some people like to be more or less laid back about things like, I don't know, being on time, or whether or not you're bringing all your consumables with you, or, how many times you're allowed to wipe the raid before it's not funny anymore, stuff like that. So make sure that you know what you want from a guild, and that when they interview you for your guild app, that you also get a sense for whether that's a good place to be, especially if you're transferring servers to go be in a guild, because that's expensive and you don't want to have to do that a bunch of times. So unfortunately, I don't have any really good advice for you. I wish I just knew a guild that I could hook you up with, but I don't. So that has been my week. If any of you have any questions you would like answered on the next vlog, just leave them as comments on the most recent vlog, in this case this one, and I will get to those in the next one. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!